The ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has been in place now for almost a week. And there are major developments that we'll be watching for this morning. As we look here at Khan Yunis in the south of Gaza, Hamas is set to release more Israeli hostages tomorrow. And displaced Palestinians in the south, in areas like Khan Yunis, they will soon be able to return to their homes in northern Gaza. Sasha Petrusik leads our CBC News team in Israel, and he's in Sderot today, right on the border with northern Gaza. And you can see, Sasha, as we look in these images overlooking Gaza, what he can see from his vantage point.
That's right, Heather. This area, you know, in previous visits down here, you would look out, you would see Israeli airstrikes, you would hear the explosions. This Gaza is just a few hundred meters away from here, just past that fence that you see over my shoulder. Today there is a sense of peace in the distance. Things are calm. Of course, it is a ceasefire. It is a pause. So we're not sure what's going to happen down the road. It is fragile. But what we are seeing now is really a situation where over the next few days, Gazans, hundreds of thousands of them, are expected to start moving en masse from the south, from areas that were supposed to be humanitarian zones that were supposed to be safe. But they were very crowded, and they were in many cases pushed up against the Mediterranean on beaches, in tents, very difficult living conditions. They were eager to get back to their homes in the north, from which they were pushed out by the Israeli military. Over this weekend, we're expecting to see that. Tents have been set up in this area to where they can live over the next while because of course, many of those houses, most of them have either been damaged or destroyed, and they will have to rebuild once they have the longer opportunity to do that. Aid is also moving into this area. The United Nations is actually quite pleased at what they've been able to do in these short few days. Something like an average of 780 trucks worth of aid have been moving in every single day, mostly food, but that will then start to shift to building supplies and medical supplies, and they're hoping that they can do that now that there is a pause, some peace in which to move into Gaza.
Sasha, the next thing we're waiting for, I suppose, I was mentioning the release of the names of the next round of hostages. We know they're set to be released tomorrow in exchange for Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli jails. What information do we have so far in terms of who we may see tomorrow?
Well, yes, the actual names are scheduled to be given by Hamas militants to the Israeli government in just a few hours. But what we are expecting, what we've been told to expect, is that it will be 4 women who will be released, 1 civilian woman, 3 female soldiers, Israeli soldiers, who were all abducted 15 months ago on October 7th, 2023. From this very area right here, taken across the border, and they are scheduled to be let go. Now, which ones in particular, we don't know. But if the process works similarly to what it did a week ago, when we saw 3 hostages released, then it should be relatively smooth. Hamas handing them to the International Red Cross, the Red Cross handing them to the Israeli military, and then after that they would be transported by helicopter probably to hospital for checkups, and then to their families as well. So that process is in place, but of course this is all very, very, very fragile. On the other side, Palestinian prisoners are also expected to be released in exchange, and that is expected to number 180 this week. That is 50 for each of the female soldiers, 30 for the civilian. Again, it is a very prescribed process that is in place, which makes it all seem very easy and predictable. But of course, nothing is really predictable, and that scene behind me could get much uglier pretty quickly if this ceasefire goes off the rails. Heather?
Thank you, Sasha. Sasha's in Sderot on the border with Gaza.